Breaking news on inflation. The BLS just released these numbers here that we're going to dive into. So let's look at the inflation numbers from the BLS. And you can see right here, in October is increased by 0.2%. So year over year is 2.6% increase in overall CPI-U. All right, but I want to point some out here. Look at this. This is food at home. It's only gone up 1.1% for the last 12 months. But food away from home is 3.8%. So that's triple, almost quadruple the food increase of food buying at a grocery, buying at a restaurant versus just eating at home. If you want to get healthier and you want to save money, eat at home. All right. Now, the problem that we see here that a lot of people, maybe even me, don't get is that this is an increase on top of previous increases. It's a compounding increase. So just because it's only gone up 1.1%, you're like, yeah, but last year was up whatever it was, 8% or something. I don't know off the top of my head. So we've compounded the price of these food things. All right, now we'll take a look here too. We see electricity is also up 4.5%. That's not good. But overall energy is down 5% year over year. So electricity is up 4.5% year over year. Overall energy is down 5%. And gasoline is down 12.2%. But it's the food that's the big deal. The food people see daily. We go to the grocery probably 5 times a week. You know what I'm saying? We go to the grocery. And that's what you see daily. That's what people say, oh, you got to get the prices of food under control. If Trump wants to succeed, that's going to be a big deal. Now, look, homeowners insurance, car insurance, all that, I get it. It sucks, dude. You know what I'm saying? Your electricity bill. You only see those once a month. But it's a food. People, they're not looking at housing costs as, oh, my inflation is going up. If you're already in your home, you're not seeing the price of housing go up. You're just not in terms of like, oh, it's a kill me inflation. Now, again, you're seeing it on your property tax, your homeowner's insurance and all that. Property tax once a year, homeowner's insurance once a month. I get that, but it's not the same as food. Day-to-day consumption. This is why inflation, the numbers of inflation are just odd because you got to look at day-to-day stuff. That's how people view this. The price of gasoline, the price of food, man. That's how people view inflation. You got to get this stuff moderated. Anyway, so we'll see again. Used cars, trucks are down 3.4. But very interesting. Again, when energy is cheaper, you'll see inflation moderate. All right, it's just a fact, dude. It's just a fact. Let's see what else I got here. Moderating inflation, right? Again, but moderating from a peak, it's still not going down. Let's take a look at M2 money supply here. So M2 right here, M2 consists of all M1, and the M1 is just literally cash and whatnot, plus small denomination time deposits, CDs, TDA, time deposit accounts, a CD, a demand deposit accounts, a checking or savings account, where you just go and get your money, all right? Less IRA and KEO balances at depository institutions. So if you have a CD in an IRA at a bank, they're not including that in M2. They include balances in retail money market funds, less IRA accounts. Seasonally adjusted M2 is constructed by summing savings deposits, small denomination time deposits, retail money market accounts. So basically, this is the cash that's out there essentially, the liquidity, and you got about 21 trillion dollars of cash, which is down from 21,154. So it's down basically almost $1 trillion of cash from 2022, and that's when the monetary supply started dropping. That's not a big drop, dude. I mean, it's a drop. It's not big. If we actually, it's just people say, well, so M2 supply that reduced. That's what caused the price declines. No, it's not. And the resident price declines. It's just a deceleration of the increase. It's not, man. It's energy. Energy is what drives this stuff. It's crazy now. People don't get this. Look, can M2, can cash out there, currency, yeah, liquidity, but still, let's format this. We're gonna make it log scale, and you're just gonna see it's just that drop is just not much, and it's still moderating right there. The M2 is not doing. I mean, it's still growing though. It's not like it's not growing. But again, M2 is what we, in terms of cash, and that's what people say, oh, this is what causes inflation. And you're like, well, how is it? Look at this. It went from 1.6 trillion to, from, was that? I can't tell, 1984, something like that. 1980. So under Reagan's terms, it went from 16, I don't know how much that is, probably 1,500, 1.5 trillion outstanding in currency. Actually, let's just go here. And we just had moderating inflation. So let's get rid of the log scale. All right, here we go. Let's close that guy out. All right, sweet. So we had $1.6 trillion outstanding in 1980. At the end of Reagan's term, we went to right there, January. We had basically 3. It went doubled. The monetary supply doubled under Reagan's term, and yet inflation was going down during that time. And yet the monetary supply doubled in those 8 years' time. So the increase in monetary supply was significantly growing more than the increase of inflation. In fact, if we look here at my man Daniel Kuhlberg's stuff, we can see inflation during those years. Hang tight. This is Daniel Kuhlberg's 55e.co. Like co-op. We believe in Marxism, baby. Let's co-op everything, honey. We got co-op. All right, we're going to show you here from inflation under Reagan. Went from 1980. There we go. So inflation was moderating, 13, 10, 6, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. So you can see the inflation was moderating significantly under Reagan, even though the monetary supply was growing significantly. All right, so then we're going to look at real wages here. This is what matters, real wages, because that's net of inflation. And real wages increased by 0.1% for the year, or for the month, all right? So we have, let's see, real wages earnings right here increased by 1.4% for the year to date. Not year to date, for the year over year. From October last year to October this year. Real wages, that's net of inflation, has grown. The problem, though, of course, is real wages grow for some groups and not growing for others. So I've pointed this out a million times. We have a sizable portion of the population that hasn't seen real wages grow at all, or just a tiny fraction. Just enough to keep up with inflation. Some even haven't done that. So just real wages on the average, yeah, it might be for hedge funds, but is it real for everybody? And that's a problem, man. So when they're saying real wages are growing, you're like, yeah, but how much are growing for, I don't know, freaking mom and pop relative to a hedge fund manager? And I don't know the answer. I mean, we can easily find it. I just don't feel like it. But that's, that's good. It's not good enough, man. No, we got to get this fixed. And, but tariffs will keep the prices down. I mean, not tariffs. Free trade keeps the prices down. Oh, it doesn't now. Now, I will grant, look, dude, I'm going to tell you, if you read my book, Relax and Retire, which you should read, and I got all these books, you should read them. Don't get me wrong, but this is my most recent one. I talk about the idea of getting lettuce in Maine in the middle of the wintertime. You couldn't do that back, just 100 years, 80 years ago. Now you can. But there's a cost for this. And the cost a lot of times is the energy to ship the products to you. All right? So if we have tariffs, we don't have to ship. We can have it grown in-house. That could reduce the cost. The evidence that inflation is caused by tariff, or tariffs cause inflation, just isn't there in reality. People say it does. Where's the proof of that, man? I've done videos. All right, man, God bless. Love your thoughts. Don't forget to not smash. We don't want to smash. We want to gently tickle the like button this time. Gently tickle it. We'll see you.